Hi, this is Krisha Warren, and today I will be presenting on owned messages. I will share the definition of owned messages. I will provide a recent situation or example of how, what, and who was involved in my exchange, how I used owned messages, and the outcome of that interaction. I will also share lessons learned. So, as documented in Communicating Effectively by Hybels and Weaver, owned messages are I messages, and that they are acknowledgement of subjectivity by a message sender through the use of first-person singular terms like I, me, my, and mine. So, overview of the encounter. This week I traveled to our corporate office in Minnesota, so I was gone from home for 4 days. When I returned, my house was not the way I left it. Dishes were in the sink, laundry needed to be done, and my husband and daughter's personal items were scattered all over the house. So instead of going on the attack, I had to consciously think about how I was going to own the message with my husband. So when he got home, I made statements like, I feel like no one cares or values our house and possessions the way I do. I'm really hurt and disappointed that no one picked up after themselves. So what were his reactions? My husband actually apologized and accepted that he didn't take care of the house as well as I did. He made excuses about being busy and immediately did start to tidy up. So reflecting on this exchange, there are positives and opportunities or negatives in my attempt at using owned messages. So first of all, on the positive side, I had to consciously think about using the I messages. So before that exchange occurred, I had to think, how am I going to phrase and use I messages? So that was my kind of the good positive, is just preparing, being proactive. So I took ownership for how I felt versus blaming or attacking my husband. He wasn't as defensive and as he would be if I wouldn't have used the I messages. So what are some of the opportunities? I did not utilize and own messages for the whole conversation. A couple times I slipped up after his excuses and said things like, you never proactively take care of the house unless I tell you to. You have to do better. So again, it was more avoiding owning the message and more on the attack, which then can make him become defensive. So overall, I felt successful with using owned messages in the beginning, and certainly find that they can benefit a critical exchange. I plan to utilize owned messages more often, be more thoughtful about that. So in closing, I've learned the importance of using owned messages to share negative information, yet avoid coming across as an attack through the use of those I messages. Although I attempted to use throughout my recent exchange, I did find a tendency to revert back to using unowned messages that I will need to learn to be more aware of in the future. Thank you.